Hi everyone, today I'm going to be teaching you how to crochet the flower stitch. This stitch is beautiful, it's very whimsical and it's perfect for spring. You could use it in anything from sweaters to accessories. I've got a few patterns coming out soon using this stitch, so stay posted. Let's get into it. You're going to need to chain a multiple of 8 plus 1. So for this I'm going to chain 25. I'm using a 5mm hook and some dishy yarn from my stash, which is a 10-ply cotton in a pretty pink color. So I'm just going to chain 25, which is about enough to make a swatch probably, but you can chain any multiple of 8 plus 1 depending on what you want to make. I've chained my 25, so I'm going to single crochet into the second chain from hook, so skip the first one and then chain 1, then skip the next 3 chain, and we're going to make a puff stitch into the 4th. So that is yarn over, pull up a loop, yarn over, and then back into the same stitch, yarn over, pull up a loop, yarn over, and then once more into the stitch, yarn over, pull up a loop. So now you should have 6 loops on your hook. You yarn over, pull through all 6, and then chain 1, 2. Now we're going to do 3 of those into that stitch. So again, insert your hook, yarn over, pull up a loop, yarn over, insert hook, yarn over, pull up a loop, yarn over, insert hook, yarn over, pull up a loop, and finally yarn over and pull through the 6. Then chain 2, and we're going to do that once more. So this is just creating the first little flower motif that's running across, and this stitch will be used throughout the pattern. Okay, now on this last one, you're just going to chain 1, not 2. Then skip the next 3 chain and single crochet into the 4th stitch. So that's 1 repeat, and we're going to keep doing that across the whole row. So just chain 1, skip 3, then make a puff stitch into the 4th chain. Then chain 2, make a second puff stitch, chain 2, make a final puff stitch, and then chain 1. Then skip 1, 2, 3, single crochet into the 4th. Then we're just going to do that one more time. Your last chain 1, you're just going to single crochet into the last stitch. And that's your first row completed. Now, for the second row, you're just going to chain 1, 2, 3, turn, and then double crochet into this single crochet here. Okay, and then chain 1, 2, and skip the first chain and the puff stitch and the next chains, but into the top of the second middle puff stitch, you're going to make a single crochet stitch. Then chain 1, 2, and skip the last puff stitch in the chains, and into this single crochet here, make 3 double crochet. Then chain 2, and again into the middle puff stitch, we're going to make a single crochet. Then chain 2 again, and into that single crochet, 3 double crochet. Last single crochet, we're just going to double crochet 2. Okay, so those 2 kind of rows make up the base of the pattern, but we want to get the flowers kind of alternating, so it's actually a 4-row repeat, but the first and third and second and fourth rows are very similar. So for this next row, just going to chain 3, and then I'm going to make a double crochet in here, and this will stand in place for a puff stitch. It'll just make the edge a bit neater, and then we're going to chain 2 and make a puff stitch into the same double crochet. Then chain 1 and find the single crochet, so skip the last double crochet and 2 chains and make another single crochet into that stitch. Then chain 1, skip the chain 2 and the first double crochet into that middle double crochet. We're going to make a puff stitch. Then chain 2, then make a puff stitch. Chain 2 and make a final puff stitch. Then chain 1, skip the next 2 chains and make a single crochet into the single crochet stitch from the row below, and we're going to keep doing that across the row. Double crochet and chain 3, we're just going to go into the chain 3 space, make a puff stitch, and then chain 2 and just double crochet into that last stitch. Alright, now for the final row of the repeat, we are going to chain 1 and make a single crochet into that double crochet stitch. Then you're going to chain 2 and find skip the puff stitch and the chains and find the single crochet, and we're going to double crochet 3 into the single crochet from the round before. Then chain 2 and skip the chains puff stitch until you get to the second puff stitch in the flower, and then single crochet into that stitch, chain 2, skip the puff stitches and 3 double crochet into that single crochet, and then you're going to keep doing this for the rest of the round. Double crochet and chain 3 from the row before, just single crochet into the chain 3 space. Now that is the 4-row repeat for the flower stitch, and if you continue crocheting, just copying those 4 rounds, you'll get this beautiful stitch pattern worked up. So I will leave the written pattern on my blog if you prefer, and the chart, so you can check that out as well. And make sure to like and subscribe if you enjoyed this video, and keep an eye out for more patterns and tutorials. Thanks for watching.